Hi everyone, the topic we're going to share with you today is the transformation of Sanchong. Speaking of Sanchong, the first impression emerged seems to be the breeding grounds of gangsters. Despite the fact, more and more people choose to settle down in Sanchong, and house price in Sanchong is fast rocketing too. However, can you imagine that 30 years ago the prosperous place is occupied by rice field and cemetery? The dramatic change provokes our curiosity to discover the secrets behind all the transformations. To begin with, Sanchong is unique due to its critical geographic positions. It is a satellite city of Taipei metropolitan area. Located on the western bank of Danshui River, Sanchong is only a river width away from Taipei, the capital of Taiwan. What's more, 9 main bridges and the MRT station not only connected Sanchong with other areas, but also eliminate traffic jam in rush hours. The convenient location and transportation system plus the lower living costs comparing to Taipei make Sanchong an ideal option for people working in Taipei but couldn't offer the high expense. Nevertheless, because it lies in the middle of Taipei Basin and lacks of water conservancy facilities, it was prone to flood during typhoon seasons. Fortunately, the problem was solved by the floodway constructed in 1984, which was even transferred into a big beautiful park in the past few years. Once the problem was solved, the flood would not destroy the farms and people could earn money from their agricultural products. As a result, people living in Sanchong was not vulnerable to weather conditions and could accumulate wealth with the income from plants and crops, and furthermore invest money in industry. In sum, the stability of agriculture indirectly pushed Sanchong into modernization, and nothing could block Sanchong from achieving prosperity anymore.
Later, I will introduce the change of population in Sanchong. Currently, Sanchong is the 6th populated administrative district in Taiwan. It is densely populated with the area of 16 square kilometers, a population of about 380,000 people, which is 24,000 people per kilometer. Furthermore, I will use a line graph to demonstrate the population in Sanchong and New Taipei City respectively during 1905 and 2016. First, it is apparent that population in both areas went through a dramatic increase. However, in 2000, the population has reached a balanced condition. But it's worth mentioning that in 1990, the population in Sanchong suddenly dropped and regained in 2000. And next on, I will talk about the change of industry in Sanchong. The bar chart illustrates the total numbers of primary, secondary, and tertiary industry developed in Sanchong from 1991 to 2021. Primary industry refers to agriculture and stock farming. Secondary industry are those process the raw material into manufactured goods, and the tertiary industry is a technical name for the service sector of the economy. The bar chart shows that it is obvious that the rapid growth of tertiary industry appears to be the largest part of the whole industry in every decade, from 1991 to 2021, always accounts for about 2/3 of the whole proportion. However, there are some differences between the trend of tertiary, secondary, and primary industry. The total number of tertiary and secondary industries steadily increased in each decade. The service sector has a steep slope from 2001 and 2010. In contrast, the number of primary industries decreased at a stable pace. From the chart, we can imply that Sanchong has gradually been transformed from an agricultural society into an industrialized city during 1991 and 2021.
Hi everyone, my name is Andrew. To gain a crystal clear image of Sanchong, we decided to interview a local resident. In this interview, we asked my father, who was born and brought up in 1965, and witnessed the transformation of Sanchong. In terms of the landscape and surroundings, he pointed out that Sanchong used to be the best place, only with 3-story houses scattering around the land. When he was about 30, a lot of constructions was completed. Sanchong used to be heavily destroyed by flooding before the Chang floodway was built, and the flood could even reach 2 meters high, which posed a great threat to residents in Sanchong, said by my father. It wasn't until the last decade did the house price rise up drastically because MRT Sanchong station was constructed. He also pointed that lots of farms and agricultural plants could also easily be seen in Sanchong at that time because of the export orientation policy. What's more, women and children would do some packaging work at home to increase the income. On the opposite, Tiantai used to be a so-called gangster's paradise with many thugs gathering there. At the end of our interview, he mentioned that the pace of modernization of Sanchong was very slow at the beginning, and it was the last decade that the city really underwent a noticeable change, with high-rise buildings springing up all over the city and the development of the MRT system.
I am Jerry. As a foreigner of Sanchong, I find this continuously developing district a miniature of Taiwan. Through the project, I profoundly recognize the merits and demerits of modernization in Sanchong, and I think both pros and cons can be references when it comes to urban planning in other cities in Taiwan. On the bright side, Sanchong demonstrates how influential appropriate policies are. For example, the construction of MRT Sanchong Station makes it easier for the locals to get to other places in Taipei and New Taipei City. With the convenient transportation system, people would be more willing to live in Sanchong, and people brings business opportunity, leading to prosperity of Sanchong. On the opposite end of the spectrum, it is necessary for the officials to revise well-rounded plans in prevention of some backfires, such as accumulating of gangsters arise from urbanization.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. This is the transformation of Sanchong made by Group 1.